Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about North American scene Valorant roster changes that might be happening. So it's basically just going to be like the European one that I did I think a couple of days ago. But obviously North America. So I guess this is um I guess we'll just get started. So first um I guess the biggest one is probably Zephyr. Actually, no, I don't know. There's quite a lot of them. Probably this one is Braxton after TSM, and what's next for Faze Gitas Valorant Mailroom. So this is also where I'm going to be talking about some EU changes. But I'll be mainly talking about NA. So a lot of NA stuff will be happening, but we're mainly going to be talking stuff about Faze Clan, and Faze Clan. Oh, is there a lot of stuff happening? So basically, it all started when a source that a source is very close to the upcomer basically said that the 21-year-old Marv, who still plays with Faze Clan, will be removed from the starting lineup. They have trialed several players in his place. However, the notable trial was the V1 Sen of Jammies. He has not joined as of June 9th and will continue to trial with other teams. However, that is the most likely one. As you can tell from this one, it is very likely that Jammies may join Faze Clan. Other notable people includes We Did, Superman, and Baby J. We Did also was I think he's still inactive with Exet. Superman, formerly from Dignitas, and Baby J, I actually have no clue. Like I just searched him up, and Baby J most notably was formerly from Prospects, which was an August North American team. So those four players are most likely going to be joining, well, are in contention of joining Faze Clan. However, Jammies is the leading candidate, and he is most likely going to be joining them. If he does join it, I think it'll be pretty good. I think they play like very similar roles, like very similar characters. Yeah, so Viper, Killjoy. I have no idea because it doesn't say for Marv, but I think he does play some Omen. I think sometimes maybe some Viper as well, but I think it'll be good for FaZe because FaZe have been struggling a tiny bit in recent times. So I think putting Jammu's and obviously how well he performed for V1 at Reykjavik, then I'll say just sign him already. So that's FaZe Clan all done. Let's now talk about Brax. So Brax obviously is still with TSM. However, he will be benched. I think it was confirmed, if I remember correctly. Oh no, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but it is likely. But do take this with a grain of salt, because it may not really come to fruition. So Brax is still in the main TSM roster. I think who's a Cutler who is currently out. But he will be benched on TSM, and his replacement will be Bang, who is a 17-year-old player. It will be also his first professional team in esports. He's been also apparently playing very well in scrims, and TSM may be very interested in it. Maybe a new prodigy that TSM can build around. I think TSM definitely needs some change because they have been struggling a lot. I think there's also stuff about Wardell has now become a Sage player, which is shocking to me because I would not even thought Wardell as a Sage player, but I guess apparently he is. I don't know who's taking the Jet role. I'll probably have to try and remember everyone. I'll probably have to maybe say not really Hayes. Maybe Brax. Maybe Brax. I don't actually know. I actually can't remember what he plays. Probably maybe Sub Rose and Drone are taking over that. Well, obviously Sub Rose, but I don't know about Drone. Probably Drone, but Bang maybe also be the replacement for the Jet. For Jet, or will actually lead the player for chess. So we just have to wait and see. But I think this is I don't really know. I don't know. I think this change doesn't even do anything. I'll be honest. Next up, it is JD. Um, will be leaving Ninjas and Pajamas. So he was up practicing with them in early May, but he's since rejoined the team. He will. Oh, he was most likely to be replaced by Alliance player Kadarva, but that did not happen. I do not think. But Nip will likely continue with XX10s. This follows an unsuccessful acquisition of former Team Liquid in-game leader Ekis or Ekais. So he's most likely going to be well, I think he's most likely even going to leave anyways, if I remember correctly. I don't actually know. But yeah, I think he's most likely going to leave, or maybe he's already left. No, no, so he hasn't left yet, but apparently he's most likely to leave. He's probably going to leave. All other organizations is actually quite it's actually quite well timed for this video because it was just announced that Navi, yes, Navi is it might be joining Valorant. Yes, not it. Yes, Navi. I don't know. I'm shocked about that, but maybe Navi actually will be a pretty decent team in Valorant, hopefully. But that's probably one organization might be joining, and also Mad Lions. This is the juicy one. T1. Oh, this is the juicy one. T1 and Team NB. So T1 has removed Daze from the starting lineup, as it was reported. Mainly about I think it was around Spider, also not Sire player, but I think he talked about Daze, about like he's going to like leave and they're probably going to get a new player. I don't know who they're going to get, but they're going to get someone. I guess that I buy power that Rossa Conco Rossa has been slowly trickling down a bit. So I guess Skadoodle. I think Skadoodle is the only I buy power player on there, I think. And for Envy, they're attempting to finalize a roster before Stage 3, but they have practiced without Caboose. And Marv has been scrimming with Team Envy, and he's most likely going to be joining there. Very surprised about Caboose, because I think Caboose is a very, very decent player. But I'm pretty shocked about that, I'll be honest. So I do hope Caboose actually does find another team, because I think he's really, really good. Next up, it is Luminosity and Exit. This is for Luminosity. So Luminosity have been trialing some players. One of them is Jammies, who's most likely actually going to be Faze Clan. And this week, Kanpeki. There you go, Kanpeki. I don't really know about Kanpeki. So Kanpeki was formerly from Spot Up, who was like a pretty decent team, I guess, in NA. A decent, I guess, C tier. Let's just say that. But apparently he has been doing pretty well in trials. Nothing about Xset apparently. Liquid and Niveria. Now there was a rumor about Niveria will be joining Team Liquid. I don't actually know if that's going to be the case. They haven't really. I don't think they've even announced it yet. Let me have a look. Oh, so it's not true. So Niveria won't be joining Team Liquid. That's what it says here. So Niveria won't be joining Team Liquid. And this one CS:GO players making the switch. I think Isa was practicing with organization Valorant divisions, but that didn't happen. He was rumored to join the OG, but that fell through. This is the main one. Zeppa will be Poised will be benched, and Zeppa will be running. So as you can tell here, Poise has now been inactive Zeppa is still technically in the roster. He wasn't inactive at all, but Poise will be inactive. I'm very surprised. I'm very, very surprised about that because Poise is a very decent player. I think he's very, very solid. I don't know about Zeppa, obviously. But I just say go ahead and try to and just give it a shot, really. Um, if it doesn't work, then you can go back and play with Poise, but it may need to take some time for them to warm up with Zeppa in the lineup. Sentinels and Sinatra, not really anything. Dignitas, nothing as well there. So that was the Valorant mailroom, as how Upcomer would like to say about TSM and FaZe Clan, and obviously also Cloud9. And speaking of Cloud9, this is Zeppa, who was practicing. He's now been practicing with Cloud9 Blue. So Cloud9's record without Zeppa, it was they failed to take down Sentinels and V1, who manages to secure one map from each team respectively. However, they did defeat Envy and NRG to finish third place. They had a pretty successful run during the challenges in stage 2, which concluded on April 25th, putting them mostly in third place. And despite with recent roster changes and minimal practice with the new players, they did reach the finals, but Sentinels was the best team in North America, and they took them down. Floppy and Zeppa did join the organization on April 19th, and they both competed in the under the C9 banner in CS:GO. But obviously, you already heard about the project going down in late March, and both of them were transferred to the Valorant roster, as Floppy was promoted to the active roster. So this is basically what the roster is going to be like: Zeppa, Floppy, Mitch, Leaf, and Zeta. I don't know how Zeppa plays in Valorant. We obviously need to give him a chance. I don't really want to give my own opinions yet, but soon, it will be the case. And obviously, finally, Team Envy are replacing Caboose. So Envy was still is one of the best Valorant teams in NA, but barely missed out on an opportunity to be in Reykjavik in stage 2. They lost to V1 in the lower bracket semifinals, while V1 and Sentinels made it to represent NA. Now Caboose typically plays Omen or Raze, while Victor would pick up a secondary duelist role for the side. They also entered the scene alongside Caboose with Akis and Calypso, who was also replaced. The organization is set to complete in VCT Stage 3, which will begin later this year. And this is what the roster is going to be like: Victor, FNS, Crashes, Mame, and Marv. That's what has been rumored. Obviously, Marv will be joining. I don't know if he's really going to help them. I feel like it's going to hinder them more. If it's true about Ray, actually, no, I think it is like Caboose, like playing as he also plays Jet and has a nasty Jet. I was in Mame. Sorry, it's Mame. Sorry, I got confused. My bad. If it is true about the race, then I don't really know. But I think Marv does have a better omen than Caboose. That's really about it. I know it's a bit of a different video. It's like it's just like the European video that I made. Obviously more news, more rumors will be coming out more in the future. So that's it. So that's really it for me now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.